right, welcome to another edition of the 2023 MLB Draft Show. And let me tell you guys, Prospects Live has been looking forward to this interview with Brock for a couple years now, for sure, ever since Cape 2021 and PG National 2020. Brock Wilken, first base, third base, Wake Forest, the star of the Cape Cod League in 2021. Brock, what's going on, my man?
What's up, man? Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I got my my co-host Brandon Smith here making his debut on the 2023 draft show. He's going to be on a lot more episodes moving forward. But Brock, let's just open this thing up the way we always do. Tell the viewers, tell the listeners, who's Brock Wilken? What do you like on the field? And what sort of things do you like to do off the field?
So I'm a gamer. My buddies call me a baseball square. I just baseball around and around and around. I love the game, eat it up. Everything, ins and outs, IQ, hitting, fielding, everything. The eyes, the T's, dot them all, cross them all. Love everything about it. That's who I am. I eat, sleep, breathe it. Can never get enough of it. Love to hang out with my buddies, doing whatever. Starting to pick up golf. Starting to swing the sticks a little bit. It's going all right. Also avid ping pong player. So, getting the ranks up in the clubhouse, see how that's going. Get the new freshmen some work. They might need a new paddler too, but it's all right. But yeah, besides that, at home, I got two younger brothers. Those are my guys. We're inseparable. Those are my two best friends. We probably do anything and everything together, from wiffle ball to wrestle to pool. You name it. Do everything together. Mom and dad back at home, they're awesome. Rock and foundation. I spend a lot of time with my family, especially my cousins too, on that side. So, family guy in and out, friends in and out. That's basically who I am in a nutshell. So, yeah.
Let me ask you this before I throw it over to Brandon. And I think I know what you're going to answer, but I got to ask. On the field, what's your best tool? And don't tell me that I try to think of myself as a 5-tool player. Get out of here.
I like to, but I'm probably not the fastest guy, so we'll knock that one out. I love to hit. That's my favorite thing to do. But the biggest thing I'm trying to do right now is become an elite defender. Starting to work on those little things. Those little things they're gonna make me excel at the next level. Those are the little things that I'm really trying to hone in and focus in on right now to make me become a better baseball player.
Brandon, what you got, man?
Yeah, so Brock, first and foremost, I absolutely love the energy that you're bringing here. I really enjoy that. So my first question for you is, obviously you spent time on the Cape in 2021 and 2022. I myself was a scouting intern with the Orleans Firebirds in 2021. So I got my fair share of Brock Wilken coverage in 2021. So what is that experience in Harwich? What has that meant to you the last two summers?
Yeah, that experience, man, that was unreal. One of the best experiences I've ever had. Both seasons were just incredible. Had so much fun, 24/7. And it's the Cape. Like, how could you not have fun playing baseball for one, but not have fun playing baseball in the Cape? That's also a lot of that credit goes to my host family. They were awesome. Had a really great setup for me. Had 3 kids, also my younger brothers, beat them up in the pool, dunk on them in full basketball, the whole nine. Huge shout out to them for making that experience just, that much better. You come home, and it's basically like coming home to a second family. You got your brothers to, give you crap about the game, whatever it may be. I really credit a lot of that experience to them. And then, just playing against the best baseball players in the nation, you can't ask for much more than that.
Absolutely.
I know Wake Forest. I know, college baseball, sports in general, besides ping pong. It's a team game, right? You've got 40 home runs in 2 seasons. I mean, that's pretty insane for a guy that still has another 2 years of eligibility ahead of you. I know you're draft eligible this upcoming year, but I mean, Is it hard not to look at the record books and say, I can do something pretty special here at Wake?
Yeah. Those record books don't mean a lot unless you win. That's, I think, the biggest key right now is we got a great team coming back, and our biggest goal right now is to win. Obviously you want to do well, but if you don't do well and you're still winning, that's basically what baseball is about. It's 9 individuals playing one team game. When us 9 guys come together, and it's really not even 9, it's all 45 of us in the clubhouse right now coming together. Those guys are basically why I have had the success that I have had. Those guys keep me humble, keep me grounded all the time. And those guys having success allow me to have success, and it just keeps going down the line. That's just how baseball flows. When everybody's more worried about winning, then success comes along with that. They're nice to have, but I think Omaha appearance would probably be better than any of those records.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, Brock, to kind of touch on that, like Joe just mentioned, with all the home runs and the frequent in-game power production we've seen from you the last 2 years. For those of you watching this who haven't really seen the video of Brock Wilken before, really quiet load in the box, really not much preset movement, but you're generating explosive outcomes. Where do you think all that power comes from in your swing?
Comes from the middle of your body, comes from, your knees to basically your chest. And, more you can hit with that aspect of your body and let everything else kind of flow in its natural pattern, that's when hitters become really good, and that's when they have success. Trying to hit with the middle of my body, create separation and some torque in there, that's when the bat speed comes in, and just let the bat do the work. Velo coming in with some bat speed, that creates the power and everything else that I don't really need to do. I just need to go out there, put a good swing on a good pitch, and see what happens.
So what's the next frontier for you at the plate? Because, you've already proven a whole lot. What specifically are you working on this fall, this winter, going into next spring to really make yourself a complete hitter?
Showing a lot of guys and myself that I'm not just a power guy, going out there and being able to go hit, showing that I do actually have a hit tool, and it's not just a power tool. Showing that I'm a good hitter, cutting down strikeouts. It's obviously been a big thing, not only for myself, but for other guys, and all these reports and whatever. That's the biggest thing for myself, because I know I'm a better hitter than what those numbers have shown in the past. So really focusing on that, and going back to basically my normal, where we're not missing pitches in the zone and being able to hit that pitcher's best pitch.
Sure. And Brock, to kind of go off that, you just talked about like all these adjustments you're looking to make in this offseason. Wake Forest, as you know, is very progressive on the player development side of things, particularly on the pitching side. Why don't you share with the viewers like some of like the player development technology that's available to you as a hitter, and how that technology impacts your game?
Yeah. We have a bunch of technology. We have a lot of it for the pitchers and a lot of it for the hitters. So we use TrackMan and Synergy, which are databases that collect data on everything you could ever think of. And we watch Synergy. So, I can go on my computer right now and go on my Synergy app and say, all right, I want to go to 2021, and I want to see just the right-handed pitchers that I face, and just in 2-strike counts. And, it's very specific, and it allows you to really get down into the nitty-gritty, and really, pinpoint some things that are wrong or that are going good. And then we use Win Reality. So we use the Oculus goggles. Those are a big tool just for pitch recognition, I think, in my opinion. I'm not so much on the hitting part of the Win Reality, but I love the pitch recognition and, seeing if it's in the zone, and, click the button to see where it is in the zone and what pitch it was. So we're really big on that. Those are probably the two main biggest things we have. And just, the availability and access to it all 24/7 whenever you want it is probably the biggest thing for the player development. Having access to that technology whenever you want is, how you get better. And those pitchers have the same thing for the pitching side. They see all their spin rates, release height, release angle, you name it, they have it in their own computers. So it's amazing. It's honestly mind blowing how much technology is out there and how much of it we have and we get to utilize.
I want to just really quickly on the Win Reality thing. Have you noticed, first of all, when did you start using Win Reality? And then second of all, have you noticed taking Win Reality and applying it to the actual game? I mean, has it made a difference?
So it is different. I'll start by first. We got them my freshman year. So all the hitters on the roster get Oculus goggles, and you have it. And you can program it to any Division I college baseball team that we would ever play. And it's got their whole roster lined up, and it's got, they basically use, I don't know what technology they use, but they use it. And they, you can see pitches, and you can just say, all right, I want to face sliders. I just want to face heaters, or I just want to, mix it and be like I'm in an actual count. So I think that's really huge. And then, it is different. You gotta get some used to it. It's like basically playing a large video game, a real life video game, because it is, and it does feel like 97, but it's a different 97. It's obviously the digital stuff. It's a different 97, but it does help you, pick up his release height and, maybe some of his tendencies. And, if he might be tipping pitches, that's how I've picked up on some guys tipping pitches. I won't say who, but you really pick up, they might move their elbow just a little bit when they're throwing an off-speed pitch, or they might flare their glove when they're throwing a heater, or just little things like that you can notice on Win Reality that you might not be able to see on Synergy because of cameras, or you might not be able to see in games because of the dugout angles and whatnot. So, Win Reality is a great tool, and I love to use it.
That's interesting. I haven't talked to anyone that's actually used it and like applied it. So that's interesting, man. All right. So Brandon, do you have any other baseball questions that you want to get into, or should we just hop into rapid fire? What do you think?
Let's hop into rapid fire, Joe.
All right, man. So we'll hit you with a couple rapid fire questions to get you out of here. I think the first question, because you've seen so much good pitching over the last 2 years and good hitters, I want you to pick one pitcher that you've seen that has just been so different than the rest that it's just totally nasty. And then the other side of that is, who's the one hitter that you've played with on the Cape or USA or Wake or anybody that has just really, really blown you away?
Oh man, those are tough questions. I'll start with hitters first. I think that's probably a little easier for me. Because I just love to do that, and I analyze it. I love just watching film on other guys. So it's actually one of my good buddies, Brooks Lee. You guys probably know of him and probably should. He's the 8th overall pick, and he's the man. Just switching shortstop, can flat out rake. And you look at it and you're like, man, this guy he's okay. And then he gets in the box, and it's like, wow, that dude's got every tool. Like, he can run, he can hit, and then he'll sneaky go dead center, and you're like, yeah, that went 430. And it's like, all right.
Are we sure?
yeah. And you look at TrackMan and you're like, yeah, that was hit pretty hard. I think he's probably one of the best hitters I face. And I think the other kid, I call him a kid because he is Vance Honeycutt. That dude is unreal. Talk about 5 tools. Jeez, that dude's unreal. I love watching him play, especially getting to see it up close. We played UNC, and then for the little stint we were at USA, man, that kid can flat out rake. He's got everything, and he's just such a good kid too. I love watching him play the game, just how everything he does about it. Pitching wise, can't give those guys too much credit, you know.
Figured.
But I think some of the guys that I faced are really good. Let's see. I mean, I got to go Rhett Lauder on my team for one. We have our battles at school.
Spoke to Rhett yesterday.
Rhett's the man. Rhett for one. Let's see who else. You know, there's random guys out there that you probably like, you know, never heard of in the Cape, and then you just get there and you're like, dang, this guy's pretty good.
Some D3 school, you're like, why is this happening to me right now?
Exactly. And you're like, yeah, he throws really hard. So, you know, Rhett, I think is really good. When we faced Ross Dunn from Florida State, he was Cy Young that day. So he was unreal. I think those two guys from what I faced are probably up there in the top two. There's probably some out there that I, you know, not thinking of off the top of my brain, but those.
Well, you can't give them too much credit, right?
Exactly.
You can only name so many guys. 2 is a stretch in the first place.
Exactly.
All right, man. We'll leave you with this last question. It's a good one, and I expect a good answer from you because you seem like an introspective person, Brock. What is the one weird fact that you know about anything in the world that not a lot of people know?
Ooh, okay. All right.
I'll give you a little example. Rhett yesterday told me all about oil painting. So,
oh yeah, you should look at some of his art, dude. It is unreal.
Oh yeah,
talk about like straight artist. That dude, that's a 6 tool right there. I mean, he's got it all. But let's see, a weird fact. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm big into conspiracies, so I love that stuff.
What's the weirdest, without getting political, what's the weirdest conspiracy you've got?
Yeah, that's what I try not to get into. I think that birds are government drones. They sit on power lines to recharge. And Antarctica is not what they say Antarctica is.
What does that mean?
Oh, there's just so much about Antarctica that we have no idea about. There's like certain parts of Antarctica where you can't go past. You're like, why? It's just an iceberg. Like, why can't you? And then you start doing some research and you're like, ooh, that's interesting. It catches your eye.
Right. Brock Wilken. Oh, man. Never a dull moment. Third base, Wake Forest, one of the biggest sluggers in the 2023 draft. Brock, thank you for joining us again, man. I'm pumped to see what you bring in 2023, and maybe you'll hit a ball so hard that you'll get a conspiracy theory built of your own.
Hey, I hope so. Thanks for having me, guys.
All right,
I
brother.
appreciate it.
Yeah.